I'm playing the game I love, and I won a world championship, and I was the best at my position. We are joined once again by Eric Dickerson. Eric, can you see AP playing 3 to 4 more years?
Well, I'll start off by saying this. I don't think any player that plays the National Football League at a high level wants to say, you know what, I'm 33 years old, I'm an old man now. I just can't take these hits. Or, 1,000 yards, man, I can't do that no more. I'm sick of this. I want to be the third best. I want to be the third best player. That's my goal, third best. He's saying exactly what he should say. AP is the kind of player, when you see him, he's in phenomenal shape all the time. When he was in Arizona, my cousin, Ricky Seal, said, man, this guy's in great shape. The Redskins players, when he came in, said he hadn't even had training camp. And I'm sure he likes missing training camp. He's in fantastic shape. I think he can, if he plays in the right situation. Maybe with the Washington Redskins. I look at, it's only 3 guys that really kind of done it after like 33 or 35 years old. That's John Riggins with the Washington Redskins. They won a Super Bowl. Marcus Allen, and Marcus didn't play for 2 years because kind of Al Davis. Al Davis.
Yep.
And Emmitt Smith, who really didn't get touched until probably his 3rd year in the NFL, and in his last years when he went to Arizona. So if you can get in the right situation, it can happen for sure. I mean, when I look at him play for the Washington Redskins, that's the team I wanted to go to when I left the Rams because they had the Hogs. But I really believe if AP has over 1,000 yards this year, if that's possible, I think people start looking at him like, okay, he can still do it and he can still play. So for sure, I think he can play till he's, 35, 36 years old. Staying healthy. You always have to put that, if you can stay healthy.
No, I don't believe it. He's going to say this is hate. I'm hating on him. But AP, do you realize you got a job because of an injury? If guys doesn't get hurt, he don't get called.
I don't think so.
He don't get called. And see, he's banging he's banging his chest, not beating his chest because he had 23 carries, 96 yards. But if you dive in, 16 carries went for 4 yards or less. So, but I ain't gonna talk about that either.
I got you.
But he didn't say anything about 30. He wanted to play 3 more years after his last 3 games that he had in Arizona. 30 yards, 26 yards, 21 yards, and then he got hurt. You hear AP say nothing like that. You see what happens, you have a good game. Oh, yeah, I'm back in business now. Really, come on, AP. No one is doubting who you are. All I've ever said is that given the right situation, you can carry the ball. I don't believe you can carry the ball like you once could 300 times in a season. No. I don't believe that. I don't see it. But that's not a knock on you. It happens to us all. You play this game long enough, that man gonna come knocking, and I ain't talking about somebody from the front office.
Time.
I'm talking about Father Time. He gonna come knocking, and sometimes you like, oh man, I felt good going to bed last night. But you wake up that next morning, ED, that old man jump on you like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. He talking about he want to break Emmitt Smith all the time. Skip, does he understand that he would need to average like 1,400 yards?
What?
1,400.
I didn't say he's going to do that now.
He's 6,000 yards from Emmitt. 6,000 yards?
Oh, I can tell you what. He can do 1,200 a year for 5 years and he'd be right on time. Yeah. Or he could do 1,400 for 3 nights. Hey, come on, ED, man. Stop.
Hey, man, look. I think the man can still play. I really do. And I keep saying, in the right situation. I don't think he can carry the ball, 300 times a season. That's not going to happen.
But to get the kind of numbers that he wants.
You don't. You don't have to carry the ball. It depends on the situation because it depends on the game. Like you say, you have those 100-yard games.
Right.
1,000 yards is pretty easy to get to.
Oh, yeah, it's like
55 yards a game. Yeah. I mean, that's easy to get to. I mean, in the NFL now, when you say 1,000 yards, you had 1,100 yards, great season. To me, that's just an okay season. I mean, when you get that 15, 16, 17, 18,
but you need a lot
2,000-yard season, then you're doing it.
But in order to get those kind of seasons, you need 300+ carries. You need 350.
Not to get the 1,000. Not to get the.
Oh yeah, not to get 1,000.
Yeah, of course. I agree, right.
But you're still gonna need 275. That's the average 4 yards to carry.
So if the Redskins had not called Adrian, would anybody else have?
I don't
think so. I don't think so. He'd be sitting on his couch right now.
But they did.
They did, and God bless him because it's a great spot for him. And he had a really nice opening game at Arizona with some revenge,
right?
Because they didn't want to bring him back. So back to Emmitt Smith, the guy I covered, a guy He was the most phenomenal performer at running back I've ever seen because he had this one ability that I've never seen in any other running back. And as North Turner described it as quickness in a confined space. This was not Eric Dickerson that we're talking about. Emmett had this little juke ability in a confined space. He didn't have downfield speed because he timed 4.6 at the combine. 4.6, really? That's why he fell in the first round of the draft. But you couldn't hit him solidly.
No,
I agree with that.
You couldn't hit him.
You got a shot on him.
Yeah, you couldn't get that shot on him. So, and he had a great offense. I thought it was the greatest offensive line I've ever seen. And they were all
I would agree
big.
too.
Yeah. And he, at 5'9", could just duck and dart behind those elephants, and you couldn't find him for 5 yards. And all of a sudden, he's 8 and 9 yards, right?
Yep.
And then he goes to Arizona, and he was really good at running out of bounds in Arizona because I watched a lot of it. And he'd just say, "I'm out, man. I'm out. I'm not going to."
You lose your heart.
You're not used to getting hit.
Edie, but here's the thing. You know, as you get older, you lose your heart to take that contact.
He never took any real contact.
You really don't want it at 35.
That last year in Arizona, he played 15 games and had 937 yards, because he averaged 63 a game, okay? So he almost got 1,000 yards because he averaged 63, 3.5 a carry. But he's just piling up yards, and now he's got more yards than anybody had, and it's going to be impossible for Adrian Peterson, who is the flip side of Emmitt Smith. He's high contact.
High contact.
He's higher contact than you were, to me.
I didn't like high contact. I was,
You weren't trying to run nobody. You weren't looking to run somebody else.
Only time I want to have to run, if those games call for some of those games. You know, if you had to, okay, this is a smash mouth defense, you've got to play smash mouth football.
Right.
That's
You did run into the Bears in that playoff game,
I
right?
mean, hey,
You ran into them again and again and
Look,
again.
if you could have played quarterback and helped me out better than what I had, trust me.
Dieter Brock,
Oh, my
right?
gosh, yes. Yes.
Brock.
But back to AP. For sure, I just believe that he can play. I'm not going to say he's going to break Emmett's record. I'm not saying that, no, by no means. But I do believe he can play at least 3 more years if he stays in the right situation. That's what it comes down to, the right situation. And, you know, see, you didn't play running back. You played tight end. You didn't get hit a lot.
No,
you didn't get hit.
That's why I got stopped being a running back. I was running back in high school.
As a running back, when you get hit, you know, it's not that you shy away from contact. It's the next day. You know, and as the game goes on, you feel good. But that next day and the next 2 days, you're like, man.
Now that you get older, you don't feel good.
You're very so, I can tell you that.
And I do believe in the theory, as crazy as it might sound, you have X hits in your body, and when you use them up, you're done.
It's done.
And you'll be psychologically shot.
You know, told me that I won't forget Christian Okoye. I think John Robinson had him come to the Rams. He come to the Rams training camp. And he said, I'll never forget, Eric, he said, I woke up the next morning at training camp. No, it was just like OTA, like, you know, just helmets. Yeah. And he said, I can't, my body, I just can't do it. He said, I just had to tell him.
And for those who don't know, he was more of a fullback than a running back.
Yeah.
Nigerian nightmare. Well, Atwater kind of ended his career on that Monday night.
Don't say that, man. My Christian would be mad if you said that.
You know what happened. But you know why I left the running back position? I got tired.
You were running back?
I was in high school.
But you were too slow.
No. Check this out, Edie. Check this out.
Okay.
I got tired of every time I got tackled in the backfield. My bad, Sharp. I missed it. My bad, Sharp. I said, you know what I'm gonna do?
I'm gonna go outside.
I'm going to tight end. And that way I ain't got to worry about
Then it's your bad.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I got tired of my bad, Sharp. I get it. No, you won't. You didn't get him then. I'm up out of here.
Eric, thank you so much for joining us. Will Sam Darnold live up to all the hype? We'll discuss that next.